Hi guys, welcome or welcome back. My name is Elaine and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the mid-range luxury bag market. More specifically, I wanted to talk about some recent updates from brands like Michino, Polene, Songmont, and Stow London. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. So first of all, I want to thank everyone who subscribed to my channel so far. I've just recently, as of 2 days ago, reached 1,000 subscribers. So that's pretty huge. You know, I just started 6 months ago. I really enjoy being on here and talking to you guys about bags, about luxury and mid-range luxury. I find that I definitely have a lot more conversations about bags, which is what I like, on YouTube than I did in the 10 years I did blogging, and I hope to continue to bring more content that you like. And so yeah, but just as a little bit, I did get myself a little plant right here. So this is my commemorative plant for 1,000 subscribers. I also wanted to mention that, yes, I understand some of you guys who have been subscribing, you are waiting for my Japan haul part 2. It is definitely coming after this one, but I'm squeezing this video in here sort of as a last minute posting or submission because there are some price increases coming and I kind of wanted to give you guys a heads up before they happen. I am not affiliated in any way with these brands for pretty much every brand except Songmont. So I do make some sense off of each purchase when you do buy through my links for Songmont because they are part of an affiliate program. So thank you so much for everyone who's purchased from my links here. It's a really nice way of you guys to support me and this channel here. So thank you again. Without further ado, I know, sorry, I rambled on a little bit. Let's start on the actual news. So I have my little notebook here. I did quite a bit of research for this. So the first one I'm talking about, and sort of the whole reason why I'm squeezing this video in here, is because Machino is going to raise their prices starting February 1st. So for those who are not familiar, Machino's actually, so this is a bag from Machino. This is their surprising Boston bag. Surprising because there's a little pop of color, yes, and this is all my stuff in here. I've been using this more and more. They have 4 different color combinations and 2 different sizes. Yeah, so Machino is starting to raise the price February 1st. It's been on their website for the longest time as a warning, we're gonna have to raise the prices. But I did notice that the price increase has changed. So I've been keeping my eye out on the Boston bag in the next size up. So this is the PM size, which does not fit a laptop. By the way, I did a whole review of Machino here, where I reviewed both this one and the Nano Lites. My gosh, I can never get that right. I did end up selling the Lites, the Nano bag, to a friend. It's just a little bit too small for me. I am interested in maybe someday getting a mini, but I'm gonna cool it because right now I've actually, long story short, or long story long, I actually purchased the Boston bag in the MM size. So the MM size fits a laptop. This one does not. Unfortunately, the MM size only comes in this colorway. So now I have basically 2 of the same bag in the same colors, but just in different sizes. I also did put in an order, pre-order. So these are both pre-orders for a beige pink one that's also in the works. That's in the PM size. So we'll see, but I'm hoping at the end of the day, I'm gonna have the MM size in this colorway and the PM size in the beige colorway. And that's the end of my collection for the Boston bag. I don't really want to carry too many multiples because now I know of myself that if I have too many of the same bag, I would just never carry the duplicate most of the time. So yes, I did put in an order for the MM size Boston bag because, and I did get a little sidetracked here, but originally the price increase was from $14.90 to $16.90 for the MM size, but now it is going to $19.90. So that is a $500 increase. I did a little calculation and that's about a 34% increase, which is huge, like over 30% more. So I was like, you know what, if I don't get it now, I'm never gonna get it later. And then honestly, the MM size has been on my wish list for the longest time. I'm gonna replace my Hermes Plume 32, which also does fit a laptop, but the straps are a tad shorter and a tad skinnier and it's a little less comfortable. I'm probably going to replace that Hermes bag with the Michino MM. So I also wanted to mention, if you're looking at the PM size, the PM size is going to have a 13% price increase from $14.90 to $16.90. Originally, I don't think they were slated for a price increase because I did buy this one before the last price increase, which was around tariff time, or like May 2025. This used to be $12.90, went up to $14.90. And then after I bought this, the MM size came out at $14.90, and I was like, I would have bought the MM size, but that's okay. The price increase on Machino is not the same across the board. I have a feeling some of the more special production items are going to have a bigger price increase. So a special production item is like the MM size for the Boston bag, and another one is the East West Elysee flap. So that is sort of their version of the flap bag. It can be both a shoulder carry or crossbody bag. That price currently is $14.90, and then starting February 1st, it is going to be $18.90. So that is a 27% increase, which is sort of the second largest price increase I've seen so far. So the non-East West Elysee flap, so it's a more squarish bag, is going to have a 13% increase, which is the same as the Boston PM. So that's from $14.90 to $16.90. I did not go through all their lines. I only went through the ones I was interested in, which is the Boston bag and the flat bag. And then I also did take a look at their main core line, which is the Litesse. The mini Litesse, which I'm interested in, goes from $13.90 to $14.90, so a $100 increase, which comes out to 7%. And then the Litesse PM goes from $15.90 to $16.90, and that is a 6% increase. So these are all US prices. So for those who are not in the US, I did check out your website. So there's two different websites. The US one has a US in it. There's a banner off the top of the regular Machino Paris website that says, if you're in the US, go to the US website. I think because they had different warehouses, different stock, and then of course different prices, because of the tariffs. So I did talk to a European subscriber, and she did say that they don't see the actual price that it's gonna be. They just see that there's gonna be a price increase. I have a feeling, I mean, even if they do a price increase, I don't think it's gonna be as much on the non-US website. I think the US website got a special one because the tariffs are so egregious here now. So this is basically the big news that I wanted to put up here before the February 1st price increase. Personally, I already did buy the Boston MM bag, and I'm thinking about the Elysee East West bag, just because that is also going to be a 27% price increase. I very much love Machino bags. I still stand behind the fact that they're really well-made bags. And also I should mention, since my Machino review, Tanner Leatherstein, who dissects bags and tells you about their quality, did do a Machino review as well. He does dissect a Machino bag, and yes, he says it is expensive, but he also came to a similar conclusion that it is worth the money because you are looking at such a well-made, high-quality bag. I mean, honestly, if you're looking at Hermes but don't want to pay Hermes prices and don't want to play the game, Machino is a really good alternative. Granted, they don't have the same brand recognition, but the quality is there, but the prices are not. Oh, and then one last thing about Machino, as of right now, yeah, I think as I filmed this, they do have a pop-up in Hawaii. It's at Halekulani Hotel in Waikiki, which coincidentally is where I had my wedding. So I definitely approve of that venue. I did have a subscriber reach out. They went to the Beverly Hills pop-up, and she loved the bags, which I'm so happy to hear because, you know, it's nice to hear when someone shares your opinion, of course. I really hope to see Machino take off with true bag connoisseurs because it is a good brand. Anyways, next on my list for price increases, unfortunately this one I did not catch in time, was Fleuron. So I did do a Fleuron video here where I compared the mini and the medium swan bags. I would say the quality is very good. I just didn't love the sizing and the colors that I chose. So the mini was a little too small, the medium's a little too big. I really need like a small size in between. And on top of that, I got like a pale yellow and a pale green, which, as much as I try to be adventurous, it's really hard for me to end up using those colors. So I did return the medium and sold the mini. Fleuron did have a price increase. It happened on January 6th, coincidentally the same day as Hermes, when Hermes had their price increase in the United States. So the mini swan went from $540 to $640, and the medium swan went from $705 to $790. Granted, it's not huge, so, you know, not as big as Machino's, but I will have to say $790 is basically almost $800 for the medium swan. It's kind of a lot Honestly, at that price point, I do think you should either find it secondhand or wait for it on sale. Sometimes you will find it on sale like I did for the one that I reviewed. I found it on sale at 24S. Then it goes down to about 500 something, and I think that's a lot more worth it for the medium swan bag. And then last but not least, Polene. This is just rumors. I don't know for sure. It came from, I don't know her YouTube name, so I'll put it down below. I had mentioned that Polene is slated to have a price increase sometime in mid-January. At this point, we're past mid-January. It doesn't really look like they've had a price increase yet, but that's just what I heard on the grapevine, I guess. So Polene also does have a new release. I think it just was maybe from a couple days ago, where they take this like leather string and wrap it around. I'll show a picture of it here. I unfortunately cannot unsee little tiny like pinworms on the bag. So I don't want to gross anyone out, so I'm not going to put the picture here, but if you want to know what I'm talking about, just Google Cleveland Clinic pinworms and you should see an image, and that's what that bag looks like to me. I can't unsee it. That's it for Polene. And Stow London, no price increase as of yet. But they do have, of their newest releases, they do have a maxi curve bag now, which to me just looks ginormous. Personally, I was looking at the Beth bag, which is like a shoulder bag, but I'm gonna wait. So next is Songmont. No price increase rumors yet for Songmont, so that's good. They did come out with a new line of bags, which is called the Lattice Tote. So it kind of looks like Bottega in the sense that it's like a woven leather bag, but the weave is completely different, which is kind of nice. It makes it definitely unique. You can't say that they're trying to look like Bottega, but it isn't a tote, and I'm not really a tote gal, so I won't be getting that. They also have a gather clutch in red suede for Lunar New Year. So since Songmont is a Chinese brand, they do it up every Lunar New Year. For that, they also have these little sets that come with these little like horses. Since it is the year of the horse, if you didn't know, or will be coming the Lunar New Year. Last but not least, they have another red bag, which is the Mini Your camera bag. It was very cute. I was tempted by it, but since I already have this Your bag plus another Your bag, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait. Also, because I did order an RSVP Paris bag that looks very similar to this Your camera bag, that I decided not to get it. So I did talk about RSVP Paris in my Demillier unboxing and review. I bought that RSVP Paris bag called the Low 5 bucket bag. I bought it off of eBay in suede, and I didn't love it. It was a really heavy, bulky bag. I didn't even carry it once. Full disclosure here, yeah, I did not carry it. I just didn't like it, so I did resell it on eBay, and of course took a loss, but not that much, and just happy that it's gone on to a new home where it can actually be used. Having seen that bag and the quality of that bag, I would say that was a well-made bag. So wanted to give RSVP Paris a second try, and that's why I got the Batman bag. So yes, like I said, it's coming in April. Of course, I will be doing a full unboxing and then review. So those are it for my updates for the brands, because these are the ones that I've tried and I personally like. I know I talked in my last mid-range update video about brands that I'm thinking of trying, and Dragon Diffusion is definitely top on my list. I'm kind of looking to get that secondhand. I am interested in that line of woven leather bags because I do want to compare it to Bottega. I actually did see a couple Dragon Diffusion bags in Japan, and I got to try it out, I got to feel it, and it felt nice, especially now that they're coming out with a thicker weave, which looks a little bit more like the Bottega bags. I do foresee getting one in my future. Other bags that I'm looking at are Strathberry, Parisa Wang. I'm kind of iffy on that. I've heard not so great things, but we'll see. Fabrique, so everyone gets that for free. Why am I paying for it? I know, but I really wanted to know, are they saying this because they got it for free, or is it actually a really good bag, right? I'm looking at Le Tanneur, which I think has been recommended to me in the past. Aspinall of London, and I'm thinking of also giving the horse a second chance. So if you see my horse review, you saw it really smelled terrible, but everyone loves it. I struck out once, but maybe the second time, hopefully they fix that production issue. Anyways, what do you think about these updates? Was it worth interrupting my Japan haul video series for this? I hope so. As for me, stay tuned for what I do end up buying before the price increase. I don't know if I should buy the LSA flat bag. What do you guys think? Should I get it? I still have time to buy it by the time this hopefully comes out. So let me know what you think. Otherwise, that's it. And please stay tuned for my Japan haul coming up. And for the next video, I think that's gonna be probably Friday. If you are interested in catching that video, please think about subscribing. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.